with your eyes softly closed, gazing into that third eye space and having an intention, either one of your own, maybe just to enjoy this peaceful time where it can just be time out for you. Or maybe having your intention to connect to that air element that we're in at the moment, to connect to that nature outside and find a balance between your movable air and that creative force, while at the same time connecting to the earth and feeling both of these forces through your practice, through that stillness of postures, through that movement of the vinyasa, through the movement of your breath, feeling that lovely combination and union of both together. Gonna have one Om joining us all together, taking a breath to prepare, breathing in, breathing out through your mouth, breathing in. Noticing how you feel, resting your hands either on your knees or on your belly. We're going to have 3 sets of 30 Kapalabhati breathing, so focusing on the exhale. If you're okay to focus on the exhale and inhale, go for it. We'll do rounds of 30. If you want to continue, keep going, you don't have to break, but if you feel you need to break with me at those 30, breaking. Okay, starting, having a breath to prepare. Going for 30. Either breaking, so we're breathing out through your nose, feeling that contraction in your lower diaphragm, so you're focusing on the breath out there, and then your inhale's just a reaction of your exhale. Okay, we'll go for a second round of 30, and if you have your hands on your belly, just so that you can feel that action in your lower belly. Okay, so here we'll go for another 30. And either carrying on or taking a break, having a pause, breathing in, breathing out. Last round of 30, so just trying to feel that connection to your low belly, feeling that muscle start to wake up. Last round. Pausing, breathing. So guys, opening your eyes, inhaling, reaching your arms up. Exhaling, hands to the floor in front, bringing yourself onto all fours. Tucking your toes, inhaling, downward dog, coming up. Breathing out. Looking towards your hands, tiptoeing, stepping or hopping, feet between your hands, lifting your heart. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, standing up, reaching your arms all the way up. Press your palms, looking up. Exhaling, Samasthiti, arms down by your side. Preparing, finding your Ujjayi breath. Feeling that pace and that sound in your throat. Inhale, arms up, Surya Egg. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, lift your heart, come halfway up. Exhaling, maybe step the first one back, lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Breathing, getting steady with that breath. 1, 2, connecting pressing to where you were, feeling that Kapalabhati breath as you breathe out, feeling that connection in your belly. So last breath. And looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop, feet between your hands, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up, looking up, pressing your palms. Exhaling, arms down by your side, Samasthiti. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, stepping, hop it back, lower down. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Breathing using your Ujjayi breath. Pressing in with all 10 knuckles. Feeling your sit bones just trying to lift up a little bit as if somebody's giving you an adjustment and hooking their thumbs just maybe like underneath those hip bones to lift you up. Feeling that sound and that lovely rhythm of your breath. Looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop, feet between your hands, lifting your heart up. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up, pressing your palms. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Inhaling, reaching your arms up. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling, lifting your heart halfway up. Exhaling, step or hop back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Breathing, hearing that sound, your own little soundtrack, your own ocean sound of your breath. As you press your hands down into the floor, see if you can have that sensation of feeling like your armpits are yawning, so you're pressing in, feeling your hips lift, fingertips press into the floor, all 10 knuckles down. Four. Finding that length in your back, so if you feel that your back's rounding, just trying to push the floor away a little bit more. Looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop, feet in between your hands, lifting your heart up. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up, press your palms. Exhaling, Samasthiti, arms down by your side. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, step or hop back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Finding your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop. Feet between your hands, lift your heart. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up, pressing your palms. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up. Exhaling, folding. Inhale, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, step or hop it back, lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. 1. Pressing all 10 knuckles in. 2. Inviting your heels to come down towards the floor. Looking towards your belly button. Last breath. And looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop, feet between your hands, lifting your heart up. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, arms up, Reaching all the way up, pressing your palms. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Surya B, bend your knees. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhaling, lift your chest, looking up. Exhaling, step or hop it back, chaturanga. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Right foot warrior, right foot between your hands, left heel down. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands down, step it back, lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Left foot warrior. Inhaling, arms up, press your palms, looking up. Exhaling, hands down, step it back, lower down. Inhaling, upward dog, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Finding that steady Ujjayi breath, staying here for 5. 2, looking towards your navel. 3, connecting all 10 knuckles down to the floor. Last breath here. And looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop, feet between your hands, heart up. Exhaling, fold. Bend your knees, come into chair, breathing in. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Inhaling, bend your knees, arms up. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, press your palms in, step it back, chaturanga. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Right foot warrior, inhaling, arms up, reaching up. Pressing your palms. Exhaling, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Left foot warrior, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop, feet between your hands, lifting your heart up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, come into chair, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Inhaling, bend your knees, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, step or hop it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Right foot warrior, inhaling, arms up. Pressing your palms, looking up. Exhaling, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your chest, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Left foot warrior, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Finding that steady breath, that Ujjayi breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking forwards, tiptoe, step or hop, feet between your hands, lifting your heart up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, come into chair, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Last 3 of E, bend your knees, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, lifting your chest. Exhaling, step or hop it back, lower down. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot warrior. Inhaling, arms up, pressing your palms. Exhaling, hands to the floor, step back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart. Exhaling, downward dog. Left foot warrior. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands down, step it back, lower down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking forward, tiptoe, step or hop, feet between your hands, lifting your heart. Exhaling, fold. Bend your knees, come into chair. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, Samasthiti. Inhaling, hop or step, feet hip distance apart, lifting your heart up. Halanusasana, peace fingers, exhale, folding forwards. First 2 fingers hooking around your big toes. Get a little bit of lift and length, looking forwards. Exhaling, folding, elbows out, head down. 1. As you're breathing out, hollowing your belly, creating space. Feeling that fold get a little bit deeper. 3, 4, 5. Lifting your chest, keep hold of your toes. Padangusthasana, hold hands under your feet. Refolding down. 1. Using that exhale to hollow your belly, invite your chest down towards your thighs. 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, hands onto your waist. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, Samasthiti, feet, arms by your sides. Inhaling, Utthita Trikonasana. Step out to the right, right foot going towards the back, left foot coming a little bit with you, and reaching. Coming down, taking your gaze towards that right foot. Maybe peace fingers around that big toe, but maybe not. Maybe holding on to your shin, or if you have a block, you can rest your hand on a block. As you're here, get length as you breathe. So as you breathe, feel as if your spine's getting longer, your right butt cheeks tucking underneath your body. If it's comfortable to gaze up towards your left hand, look up towards your left. Lovely. Awesome, guys. Last breath. As you breathe in, bring yourself up. Parallel your feet. Exhaling, both feet. Heading to the left side, reaching, coming down. To steady, have your gaze looking downwards towards that left foot. And then when you feel steady, reach your right arm up. Awesome. If it feels okay, change your gaze to that right hand. 3. Being aware of where your back is. Maybe having that sensation of leaning against a wall. Last breath. Breathing in, rising up. Feet parallel, turning towards the right. Windmilling your hands. So your left arm's coming over. Maybe your right hand stays on your back, but maybe it comes all the way over. As you revolve, you can leave your hand on the inside edge or outside edge, or maybe your shin. Extend your right arm up. Pull your right hip back to steady press the ball of your right foot into the floor. Draw up on your right thigh. Last breath here. We're looking down, inhaling, coming up, open out your arms, bringing them into a T shape all the way around, facing the other end. Taking your right arm up and over, right hand down, your choice inside or outside edge of that foot, pressing in with the left big toe, opening out, reaching up with that left arm, pulling your left hip back, 3, still breathing with your Ujjayi breath, last breath, looking down, inhaling, reaching up and out, open out your arms, exhaling, Samasthiti, stepping towards the top of your mat, inhaling, Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended angle, big step out to the right, right foot, bending your right knee, stage 1, forearm coming down, stage 2, hand on the outside edge, so your knees into your armpit, left arm overhead, creating this lovely line through that left leg, left arm. Look underneath your armpit. Awesome. And try and scoop your right butt cheek underneath your body so you're kind of leaning back a little bit into that hand. Opening out your heart, looking up towards your fingers. Feeling that strength throughout that whole side of your body. As you breathe in, push in with your right foot, come up. Parallel your feet, exhaling to the other side. Coming down, your choice forearm, taking your left hand down to the outside edge, right arm reaches over, really stretch through the right arm, right thumb towards the ceiling. Awesome guys, lovely. Breathing, keeping a steady pace with your breath. Last breath. Inhaling, rising up, parallel your feet, getting ready to twist, so turning to face the back. Prayer hands, unless you go into it in a different way, that's totally cool if you do. Left elbow coming across, hooking on the outside edge. I'm just going to change which way I'm facing. So you can stay here with that prayer hand position. If today it feels like a day to undo those arms and come into aeroplane arms, open them out so you're twisting. Yeah, so coming across, hooking, that's it, that's it. And then extending if you feel you've got enough space. Last breath. Looking down towards the floor, inhaling, wiggling your arms up and out, and then turning in the other direction. Prayer hands, or if you're coming into it in a different way, that's totally okay. As you come across, just seeing if you've got enough space to open out your arms. If you do, right arm down, left arm overhead. If today you feel like you want to lift up the back heel to give you more manoeuvring room, it's totally cool for you to start doing that and then just work towards bringing that heel down. Lovely guys, last breath. Looking down, inhaling, coming up, come out. Exhaling, Samasthiti, stepping towards the top of your mat. Inhaling, Prasarita Padasvanasana A, big step out to the right, arms out. Exhaling, hands to your waist. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, folding forwards. Release your hands down to the floor. Lifting through your chest. If you're tripod headstanding and you feel happy with that, totally okay to go up. Otherwise, inviting your head down. So almost like you're coming into a headstand position, but you're just trying to walk your upper body underneath your lower body. Use your breath as you breathe out. Feeling that connection, same connection with our breath. 2. Awesome guys. If you're tripod headstanding, coming down. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, hands to your waist. Inhaling, rising up. Pausing to breathe out. Inhaling, arms out. Exhaling, hands to your waist, staying on your waist. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, folding forwards. Using your Ujjayi breath. Every time you breathe out, hollowing out that belly and inviting your upper body to come under your lower body. 2. 3. Inhaling, rising all the way back up. Pausing to breathe out. Inhaling, extending your arms out. Exhaling, interlock your fingers behind your back for C. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling as you fold forwards, arms up and over. Using that same breath, so as you breathe out, feeling that contraction in your lower abdomen, feeling that space disappear, inviting your upper body under your lower. Last breath. Inhaling, rising all the way back up. Breathe out, hands to your waist. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Last one, D. Exhaling, coming forwards, peace fingers going for your big toes. Have one breath to just lift and lengthen, getting as long as you can through your spine. As you breathe out, folding, making this your deepest fold of the four. Using those opposable forces so you can hold on to your toes, invite that upper body underneath your lower body. 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, hands to your waist. Inhaling, rising up. So exhaling, Samasthiti, stepping towards the top of your mat, arms by your sides. Inhaling, prayer hands or holding your opposite elbow, stepping out, past Uttanasana, having both feet towards the back, or pyramid pose, preparing, lifting your chest, exhaling, folding, so your feet can be a little bit closer together. If you need them to be closer, bring them closer. Breathing, finding length in your spine. Taking your gaze just down towards in front of your big toe on the right foot. Pressing your prayer hands together, lifting your elbows as high as you can. Last breath. As you breathe in, trying to come up and turn. And then breathing out, folding. Finding that Ujjayi breath, noticing the position of your spine, encouraging it to just feel longer. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, head up. Bring your whole body up. Exhaling, Samasthiti, arms by your sides. Inhaling, hands to big toe pose, picking up your right big toe. You can stay bent knee. If bent knee is one of those days, it's totally okay. If you feel okay to extend, straightening out that leg, finding your drishti spot, fixing your gaze. As you breathe out, folding forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, heart up, head up. Exhaling, guiding it out to the right. Maybe turning your gaze to the left. 1. If it feels like a day you want to bend your knee, that's totally okay to bend your knee. 4. Super guys, last breath. Inhaling, guiding it back. Exhaling, lifting up, folding forward. Inhaling to release, hands to waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, lovely guys, releasing that foot. Changing to the other side. Picking up that left big toe. Finding your focus spot. Maybe you can go for your knee if you feel steady. Folding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely guys, last breath. Inhaling, head up. Exhaling, guiding it out. Change your gaze, looking to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, bringing it back. Exhaling to lift. And releasing, hands to your waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, lovely guys, Samastiti. Half bound lotus. Keep picking up your right foot. Today, if you know you're working on that flexibility and not reaching for your foot, you can come into that number 4 position where you're leaving your foot down, keeping your prayer hands together. If you feel okay, reaching around behind your back, going for that foot. Or maybe you're reaching your upper arm or your lower arm. If you've got hold of those toes, extending through your left arm and folding forwards. And if you wanted to fold, awesome Wendy, yeah, go for it. If you wanted to fold without holding on to that foot, that's totally okay. 3, 4, 5. If you're folded, inhaling, head up. Pause to breathe out, engage your stomach. And then inhaling, slowly coming up. And releasing that foot. Changing to the other side, so we're trying to mirror what you've done on the right side. If you were going for that foot, reaching around behind. If not, maybe upper arm, lower arm, or maybe just keeping that foot in place. Reaching your right arm up. Awesome, folding forwards. Getting steady with your breath. 2, 3, keeping that Ujjayi breath. 4, last breath. Inhaling, head up. Exhaling to pause. Inhaling, coming up to stand. Awesome, and releasing, Samastiti. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up. Pressing your palms. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, step or hop it back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming into chair pose, step or hop, feet in between your hands. Bend your knees, inhaling, arms up. Either press palms, looking at your hands, or palms apart, like head distance and gazing forwards. 2, bent knees, bent knees. That's it, awesome. 4. Last breath. As you breathe out, folding forwards. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, step or hop it back, lower down. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Right foot warrior, right foot in between your hands. Left heel down, arms up. Same arms as your chair, awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten out your right leg. Parallel your feet, turn to face the back, bending your left knee. 1, 2. Oh, super guys, staying strong in that warrior position. 3, 4, 5. And opening out to warrior 2, so your arms are extending out, hips are opening. Gaze is middle finger of your left hand. So you're feeling as if your arms are super active, so it's like someone's pulling each arm in different directions. Bum tucked under, zipping up your front body. Last breath. Inhaling, straightening out that left leg, parallel your feet, turning to face the front, bending your right knee, reaching your arms, gaze middle finger of your right hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then wiggling both hands down. Step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position. Extending your legs out. Palms by your sides. Coming into Dandasana. So just coming into that L position. So your chin's tucked in a little bit, like you're leaning against a wall. Belly drawn in. 3, 4. Paschimottanasana A, preparing, reaching your arms up. Peace fingers for your big toes, breathing out. Inhaling, get long, lengthen. Exhaling, elbows out. Folding. Awesome, find that Ujjayi breath. As you breathe out, feel your belly draw in, feeling that space disappear between your chest and your thighs. If your hamstrings are chatting to you and they're a little bit tight and you want to bend your knees, that's cool. You can bend your knees. It's totally okay if you want to add that. Last breath. Keeping hold of your toes. Inhaling, lift your heart. Going for B or C, either interlocking your fingers or holding onto your wrist, reaching them on the other side of your feet. Breathing, awesome. As you breathe out, feeling that space just disappear a little bit more. 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, head up. Exhaling to release. Cross your shins, plant your palms, hop or step back, or pick up, go back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, over your toes, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position. So either one knee, hopping through to cross shins. Awesome, hands behind your back. Paschimottanasana, upward facing plank. So maybe about a foot behind you, fingertips pointing forwards, lifting your hips. If that doesn't feel comfortable today and you prefer to bend your knees, that's also an option. So relax your head if you can. 3. Hips moving up and forwards. Last breath. And lower down, cross your shins, plant your palms, hop or step your back. Lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Looking forwards, coming through to a seated position. Half down lotus, bending your right knee. Picking up that right foot. If you're working on that hip flexibility, feeling free to cradle. Rest your foot, reach around behind. Either holding on to that foot, taking your left arm up, or maybe it's a day for both hands to come forwards. Breathing out. 2. Awesome, awesome guys. 3. Using your breath, so as you breathe out, feel yourself surrender a little bit more. Calling on that air element quality to let everything just soften and move. You always have the choice to skip the vinyasa, so you can always stay here in between. Otherwise, inhale, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling to release, cross your shins and hop or step back, lower down. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, changing to the other side. Bringing your left foot up, reaching around behind. either one hand or both hands, coming forwards. Breathe and soften. So you can feel steady with the earth in this pose, but using that moving force of the air and moving force of your breath. Using that breath to help you soften. Super, guys. Last breath. Inhaling, head up. Releasing, crossing your shins, plant your palms. Hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, Triangle Ika Mukha Pada. Bending your right knee, locking your knees together. If you do need a block, take it under your left hip or cushion or anything like that. Reaching forwards. You can reach up and forwards if you want to. If your knee is chatting to you and it doesn't feel good for any reason, you can just move it out to the side. Otherwise, using that same breath, keep feeling that element of air, letting you soften and fold, feeling that connection to the earth, feeling nice and steady. If you want to stay here, remember, and skip the vinyasa, you can. Otherwise, inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Releasing, crossing your shins, hop or step back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position. Awesome, lovely, Georgie. And then bending your left knee, trying to bring those knees together. Preparing, either just reaching forwards or reaching up and forwards. Maybe having a little dialogue with that left sit bone and trying to persuade it to just connect to the floor. Using your breath to steady. 3, 4, 5 if you stayed here on the other side, stay, otherwise lifting your heart. Releasing, crossing your shins, hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position for Janu Sirsasana A. Bending your right knee, right foot flat, preparing, reaching up. Exhaling, folding forwards. So you've got that 90-degree angle. Soften, again, if you do have tight hamstrings and you want to bend that left knee, it's totally okay. You can bend it, bring it up, holding on to those feet, so then you can use it to pull you out. Last breath. Your choice to stay here or take the vinyasa, lift your heart up. Exhaling, releasing, hop or step your way back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, changing to the other side. Janu Sirsasana A, left side. Reaching your arms up, folding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, heart up. Exhaling, releasing, cross your shins, hop or step your way back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to sit, coming into Janu Sirsasana B. Sat on your heel, taking your heel into where the perineum is, so that bit of skin in between your genitals and your anus. Near 80 degrees, reaching forwards. 1, so having that knee, awesome. 2, 3, 4. Last breath. Lifting your heart, looking up. And releasing, cross your shins, hop or step back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, preparing for the other side. Sitting on that left heel. Reaching forwards. Folding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last breath. Inhaling, heart up. Exhaling, releasing, cross your shins, hop or step your way back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, moving into C. So twist the ankle one, holding on to your foot, reaching underneath, grab your foot, twist your ankle, fan out your toes, press your heel against your thigh. Now, this is one that you haven't done before. Just trying to rotate your ankle a little bit, spread your toes, press the heel against your thigh, and then reaching forwards. 4, super guys. Having this as your last breath. Inhaling, heart up. Exhaling, releasing, crossing your shins, hop or step your way back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, moving to the other side. Rotating that ankle, fan your toes. Press your heel in, reaching forwards. 1, finding that breath, so still using your breath to decrease the space. 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, heart up. Exhaling, releasing, cross your shins, hop or step your way back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position. Varichasana. You can either do A or B, so either going with a straight left leg, or if you wanted to go into B, taking lotus on that left side, reaching your right arm up, extending forwards, reaching around to wrap around that shin, or if you're not wrapping around the shin, you can keep your arms out. We're going for a straight leg, then reaching forwards over that straight leg. So whichever one feels right for you today. So you've either got that straight leg one, so you've got one knee bent, folding forwards, or you're wrapping around that shin. 4. Super guys, last breath. Inhaling, heart. Exhaling to release, cross your shins, plant your palms, hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your chest, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, moving to the other side. So your right leg can be straight or it can be in lotus. Taking your left arm up and forwards, reaching around for that bind. If that feels a little bit uncomfortable today, you can go to reach over that straight leg. Oh, super guys, lovely. Awesome, as you're breathing out, just inviting your heart forwards, using that same breath to decrease the space. Last breath. Inhaling, heart up. Releasing, cross your shins, plant your palms, hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your chest, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to that seated position, Varichasana C. Bend your right knee, right foot flat again. You can go for D if you want to with the lotus leg. Taking your left arm up, come across. So you're either staying in this goalpost type of twist. If you feel there's enough space, extending your left arm out, rotate your palm to wrap around that shin. And you're looking over your right shoulder. Super, guys. That's it, that's it, that's it. So you're coming across. Yes, yes, yep. Last breath. Releasing, turning your head back. Releasing, cross your shins, plant your palms, hobble, step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your chest, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Looking forwards, coming through to a seated position, changing sides. So bending your left knee, left foot flat. So you're twisting, yes, awesome. Bringing that right arm up and over so you can stay goalpost arm. If you feel like going for the bind, extending that arm, rotating your palm, reaching around. Maybe grabbing your hand, your gaze is over your left shoulder. Breathing, keeping that straight leg nice and active. Last breath here. Inhaling, looking forwards. Exhaling to release, cross your shins, hobble, step it back, lower. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, preparing for boat pose, Navasana. So you can, if you want to, keep your fingers and toes on the floor. If that feels okay, lifting your feet. If that feels okay, arms. If that still feels okay, straight legs. 1, 2, 3. Awesome, guys. 4, 5. Releasing. Cross your ankles. If you want to lift, that's totally okay, but keep your feet engaged with the floor. Just for the first one, lift your bum, sit back down. Awesome. Coming back, your boat pose. You can keep your hands or your feet, or extending up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time try and keep your feet off, holding your feet up, plant your hands a little bit in front, lifting your bum up, and then sitting back down. Awesome. And the last one, your boat pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and releasing. Plant your palms, hobble, step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your chest, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog, staying here. Squat, crow, or Bhuja Pindasana, looking towards your hands, hobble, step it forwards. Feet landing on the outside edges of your hands. Option 1, coming into squat position. Option 2, finding your crow pose, so bringing your knees in towards your armpits, taking your gaze forwards. You can play with 1 foot, 2 foot, lifting up, if that feels okay. And you're happy to come into Bhuja Pindasana, taking your feet wide, coming under, planting your hands, and bringing your ankles together. 2, 3, lovely, guys. Last breath. And releasing, so either taking yourself back to a crow, back to a squat, hopping it back to plank, or stepping lower down. Inhaling, heart up, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Setting up for tortoise, Karmasana pose. So either coming through to sit, or hopping your feet back to the outside edge if you're in Bhuja Pindasana, so that you can sit, lift your legs, coming down. Awesome. If not, then just starting with both knees bent, feet flat. If you've got the mat there, having your mat so it's on that, you're just on the inside edges, folding forwards. Okay, taking your arms under. If you have a strap handy and you want to use it to grab your hands behind your back later, grabbing a strap. Otherwise, shift your weight over onto the right side. So you lift your left butt cheek up and then just try and walk those left hands under as far as possible. And then shift over to the other side. So you're lifting your right butt cheek up, sliding your hands back as far as possible. Having in your mind that you're sliding your shoulder blades down your back, toes are up, and then slowly let your heels go forwards. Keep walking your hands back, keep sliding your shoulder blades back. Inviting your chin down, your head down. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Anywhere you are on your journey to this, so take your legs out. Awesome. So if that fold, if you're going for your hands behind your back, going for the hands. If that feels a little bit too intense this morning, just go for one at a time. So you can have one hand around on one leg, and then you can swap and go for one hand around on the other leg. If you feel okay to go all the way down, stay in there. Maybe keeping your knees bent so you can reach around and then bending your elbows to reach behind your back for your hands. Breathing. 2. Awesome. Awesome, guys, awesome. And then slowly releasing. Coming all the way back out, cross your shins, climbing palms. Hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, setting up for Garbha. Coming into lotus. If you're going for Kukutasana with legs through, taking your legs through. Otherwise, crossing your legs. Awesome, holding on to your knees all the way through. We're just going to rock backwards and forwards for 5. If you want to go around in a circle and you've got enough space, it's totally okay. So just try and nicely massage your spine. Breathing out as you roll down. Coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely, guys. Last one. 5. Going for that lift. So if your hands are through Kukutasana, otherwise hands at your side, lifting for 1, 2. And if lotus isn't for you today, maybe half lotus. So you're lifting up. Or maybe you've got both feet and lifting up. 4. Awesome. Stay up, stay up, stay up. And releasing. Plant your palms, hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Looking forwards, coming through to a seated position. Konasana, soles of your feet together. Holding on to your feet, turning them up, lifting through your chest. Folding forwards, flat back for the first one. 1, so you're aiming your heart forwards. 2, 3, 4. Last breath. Inhaling, lifting your heart. Exhaling, rounding head towards your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last breath. Inhaling, heart up. Exhaling, releasing, cross your shins, hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position of Konasana, taking wide legs. You can always bend your knees if you need to, peace fingers around your big toes, lifting through your heart. Folding forwards. 1. Wherever you are today is the right place for you to be, okay? Trusting what your body's chatting and saying to you. 4, lovely. Last breath. Inhaling, heart, and then finding your balance on your sit bones. If today is a bent knee day for you, keeping your knees bent, holding on to your toes. If today feels like a day when you can extend your legs out, reaching your legs out. Awesome. 4, keeping your heart up. Lovely guys, so just committing this position to memory a bit so that when we roll up you can find it again. And releasing, cross your shins, plant your palms, hop or step it back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, laying down, coming onto your back, straight legs over. If today you didn't want to come into this preparation, you can just go straight there from seated. If you feel okay on your back, holding your big toes, preparing, trying to relax. Last breath. And whenever you feel ready, rolling up to balance. Having a pause as you come up, and then slowly lowering down. Inhaling, heart. Releasing, cross your shins, plant your palms, hop or step your back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your chest, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, laying down, coming into Supta Samasthiti, laying down on your back, palms by your sides, hands to big toe pose, extending your right leg up. These fingers catching hold of your right big toe. If it's too far away, grab your ankle or your calf or lower down. Preparing with a breath in. Breathing out, chin to shin, lifting up. 1, lovely, awesome guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, head down. Exhaling, guide your right leg out to the right. Turn your gaze, look to the left, just the same as we did standing. If when we stood up you had a bent knee and you guided your right knee bent out to the side, that's cool, you can go for that. 4. Opening your hip, keeping that nice position with your left hand onto that left hip bone. Stop it lifting up and rolling. Inhaling, bringing your right leg back up. Exhaling, chin to shin. Inhaling, lowering that leg, Supta Samasthiti for a moment, breath in. Breath out, left leg coming up, catching hold of that left big toe. Preparing. When you feel ready, coming up, chin up, head up, lifting up. Yes, awesome guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, head down. Exhaling, guiding that left leg out. Right hand securing that right hip so it's not rolling with you. Turning your gaze, looking to the right. 4. Awesome guys, lovely. Last breath. Inhaling, bringing that left leg back up. Exhaling, chin to shin. Inhaling, laying down Samasthiti. Choosing to stay here, going for Chakrasana or taking a normal vinyasa. Cross your ankles, walk up to sit, planting your palms, hop or step back, lower down. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. I'm going to come into Ubaya Padangusthasana, so coming through to sit, laying down. If you're not up for laying down, you can go straight into it. Otherwise, straight legs over as if you were preparing for Havasana. Peace fingers around your big toes. And whenever you feel ready, rocking up to balance. So you have straight legs, reaching for your feet. Awesome, guys, lovely. These fingers around your big toes. 2. So if you feel the need to stay here for the next one, stay in where you are. If you feel okay to take the vinyasa, release your feet, cross your shins, move it back to plank, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, laying down, straight into Halasana, plow pose. Same setup. Ardha Mukha Paschimottanasana, rocking up to balance. Once you find yourself up, changing your grip, having your hands to the outside edges of your feet, bending your elbows, coming in for a tighter forward bend. So you're bringing your heart towards your thighs. Imagine I'm stood behind you, trying to grab hold of your feet and pressing everything in, getting rid of that space. Yeah, yeah, lovely, lovely. Last breath. And releasing, cross your shins, plant your palms, hop or step back, lower down. Inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to seated position, laying down, coming onto your back to set up for Setu Bandhasana, coming into bridge. You can go Ashtanga bridge, which is Charlie Chaplin feet, version on your head, or regular bridge, feet flat, palms by your sides. Inhaling, lifting. Okay, pressing down, lifting up with your hips. Just having a little subtle movement of trying to drag your heels towards your bum, whilst at the same time feeling as if your kneecaps want to try and drive forwards. So you can feel these little opposable forces happening in your body. Keeping that Ujjayi breath nice and steady. And on your next breath out, slowly lowering down, releasing your arms, coming down. If you're not ready to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana but you want to change, you can come into a Buddha Konasana, soles of your feet, fingertips out, lifting your hips. If you feel okay to move into Urdhva Dhanurasana, hands underneath your shoulders, pressing your palms in, pushing up. Breathe in. 1. Awesome, guys. 2. So wherever you are, feeling that lift in your heart. So if you're in a bridge, focusing on whether your bridge is a saggy bridge or you're having a nice lifted bridge. Guys, if you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, instead of coming all the way down, I'm just going to bring your head to the floor. If you're in bridge, maybe considering staying where you are instead of coming down to break. Pushing back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying where you are, or just bringing your head to connect to the floor, pushing back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last breath here. And slowly coming down, tucking your chin in if you're coming down from Urdhva Dhanurasana, slowly melting back to the floor. Draw your knees in, open out your arms so your palms are facing up. Having a little twist, breathing in. Just as a moving twist, okay? Both knees to the right. Inhaling, bring it back to the middle. Exhaling, move it to the left. Inhaling, middle, 2 more each side, but just with your breath. To the right. Inhale, middle. Exhale to the left. Inhale, middle. 1 more each side. Exhaling to the right. Inhale, middle. Exhaling to the left. Inhale, middle. Pausing, you've always got the option to stay here or taking a vinyasa of your choice. Coming up to sit, hop or step back, lower down. Inhaling, lifting through your heart. Exhaling, downward dog, coming into a forward bend, coming through to sit. Extending your legs out. It's just going to be a forward bend for 5, Paschimottanasana, reaching to prepare. Exhaling, folding forwards, your choice. You can go peace fingers, interlocking, holding on to your wrist. Breathing for 5, 4. Decreasing that space, checking out how this forward fold feels towards the end of the practice compared to the one you did at the beginning. Lovely guys, last breath. Inhaling, lifting your heart up. Exhaling to release, push your shins, plant your palms, hop or step your way back, lower down. Inhaling, heart up, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, now come onto your back to set up for shoulder stand. If shoulder stand isn't a pose that you're practicing at the moment, it's totally okay if you want to stay legs straight up, so your other option is legs up. If you feel okay with shoulder stand, elbows in, don't look at the screen while you come into shoulder stand, keeping your gaze upright. If you need to check the screen, come out of the pose, check the screen. Go back in, always pressing your elbows in. Walk your hands up your back, thinking about having a shelf bracket behind you to support your back. Breathing for 5, 4, getting along through your legs, look at your toes. 2, last breath. As you breathe out, bringing your straight legs over into Halasana. If your feet touch the floor, then release your hands, interlock your fingers behind your back, try and bring the heels of your hands together. If your feet are hovering, keep your hands on your back. If you decided to go with legs straight up, just staying with legs straight up for a few breaths more. Finding your breath, using that steady pace of your breath. One more breath here. As you breathe out, coming into ear pressure pose, Pindasana. So dropping one knee either side of your ear. Relaxing your ankles, your shins. If you have legs straight up, coming into happy baby. So bending a knee so you can grip hold of your feet. If you're in Pindasana, just experimenting with actually trying to press your knees onto your ears as if you were going to block sound out, allowing yourself to go inwards. Coming into Urdhva Padmasana, so upside down lotus, replacing your hands onto your back as if coming into shoulder stand for balance. Finding a position where you can have cross legs or lotus, and then releasing your hands so that you reach your hands to your knees. Find your balance on your shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1. And bringing your cross legs or lotus nice and tight in towards your chest. You're going to release your hands down onto the floor, so they're pressing down into the floor to act as a little bit of a break. Rolling down, trying to come down vertebrae by vertebrae. If you have lotus, reach for your feet so you can hold your feet as they come down into fish pose. If you're not in lotus, reaching for your inner thighs. Pressing your elbows in, lift your heart, encouraging the top of your head to come onto the floor. Lifting through your heart. Matsyasana fish pose, just visualizing this aerial view, so your knees, cross legs or lotus are creating the tail of a fish. Oh, beautiful guys, awesome. 4. Last breath. If you can, upper body staying the same, coming into Udana Padasana, so releasing your legs into boat pose, straightening out your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing, crossing your shins, rocking up to sit. Find your palms, hop or step it back, lower down, inhaling, lifting your heart, looking up, exhaling, downward dog, preparing headstand or dolphin, coming down onto your knees. If you're headstanding, just go into headstand if you feel comfortable and you feel safe. Otherwise, setting up for dolphin in the same way, interlocking your fingers. So if you're in dolphin, our head is off the floor, tucking your toes, it's like downward dog on your forearms. And if you're using dolphin to recreate that headstand position, we're going to extend your right leg up so you feel that lovely inversion and length in your body. So it's one leg up, forearm, downward dog. If you're in headstand, just trying to hold your headstand steady from your dolphin, bringing that right leg down. If you're in headstand, bringing yourself into pike, bringing your legs halfway down. 5, 4, awesome Georgie, you can do it, you can do it. 3, 2, 1. And then if you're piking in headstand, go back up to headstand before you slowly bring it down to child's pose. Otherwise, from dolphin, coming down to child's pose, so sit bones towards your heels, finding whichever place feels most comfortable for your arms, but probably reaching your hands towards your feet so you can feel your shoulder blades open and relax. If you were taking headstand, maybe give yourself a little neck massage, taking one hand behind your head. Bringing yourself up onto all fours. Exhaling, step it back to plank. Lower down. Inhaling, upward dog, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position, preparing for Baddha Padmasana, coming into lotus or cross legs. Reaching your hands behind your back. So either grabbing hold of those feet. Super guys, if those feet aren't there, you can totally hold on to your opposite elbow. Okay, before we move, taking a moment, finding that length in your spine. And connecting to Mula Bandha, so just drawing up a little bit on that perineum muscle that you were sat on in that Janu Shasana B. Drawing your chin in a little bit for Janutara Bandha. Feeling that line of energy in your body, noticing that sensation of heat in your belly, and then whenever you feel ready, folding forwards, trying to keep those two locks engaged. So trying to keep a little bit of connection in the base and the root of your body in that chin lock. Find your Ujjayi breath. So you're stoking that Agni fire in your belly. Using that fire to burn away any negative energy or diseases that you don't need or don't want. Using those locks at the top and the bottom of your body to just keep everything contained so you can burn away those things that you don't need, that are no longer serving you in that belly, in that Agni fire. Inhaling, head up. Awesome guys. Exhaling, releasing. Connecting a circuit, backs of your hands onto your knee. first finger and thumb together. So if you're practicing lotus and you're in half lotus, maybe going for half lotus for 5 and then swap over to do the other half for the other 5. 2, awesome. Having that first finger and thumb connected, the other 3 fingers stretched out, softening your gaze or gazing towards the end of your nose, still soaking that breath. And just feeling those qualities, that quality of the air that's been happening around us. Noticing how the movements of your mind are today. If you are doing a half lotus, you want to swap to the other one, swapping over. Noticing when your mind's feeling a little bit busy and jumping from one thing and the other, or when your mind's feeling a little bit lazy, or when you feel that everything is just right and you're just coasting along in this contented pace. Awesome, guys, opening your eyes. Then I'm coming into Uputahi or Talasana, so lifting in that lotus position. If you're in lotus and you're happy to lift, stay in there. Otherwise, if you're okay in half a lotus, using that base leg to push away from lifting up. If lotus isn't for you today, trying to keep your legs crossed and your feet in and lifting your legs crossed up. So choosing which one you're going to go for. We do 5, break and do another 5. If you don't want to break, it's totally okay, stay up. Okay, pressing your hands, choosing your position, lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Coming down, if you did half a lotus and you want to swap over to the other side. Yes, lovely, guys. And then lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Nice. Releasing last vinyasa, cross your shins, hobble step your way back, lower down. Inhaling, lift your heart, looking up. Exhaling, downward dog. Coming through to a seated position. Preparing for your Shavasana. If you like a longer meditation and you wanted to turn your screen off at all and go in for a longer meditation, that's totally okay. If you feel okay to just have a few minutes coming onto your back, allowing your feet to be out to the side, palms facing up, closing down your eyes. Giving your body that signal to just let go, having a nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Allowing your natural breath to take over, feeling the ebb and flow of your natural breath. Feeling that union of those earth and air elements. Inviting a deeper breath in. Inviting a breath where you can feel it move from your belly, from your heart, down into your legs, into your arms. Gently wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Having a little stretch, reaching your arms up over your head. Keeping your eyes softly closed for a little bit longer. Maybe draw your knees in if that feels right for you today. Letting your body choose the direction of how you come up. You can either roll to the side, stay on the side for as long as you need to, or come up to a seated position. Bringing your palms together whenever you feel ready, closing down your eyes. Connecting your thumbs to your heart center. We're going to finish with 3 ohms. So just feeling that amazing energy you've created, sending it through from your heart, through the earth to somewhere in the world that could do with it with the first one. Second one for anyone in your family or your friends. And the last one for everyone that's joined you practicing this morning. Having a breath to prepare, breathing in. Noticing how you feel, offering a little bow inwardly to your own inner teacher, your own inner guru. Whenever you feel ready to open your eyes, offering namaste to everyone else. Namaste. 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 Thank you for joining me this morning. Thanks, guys. Well, have a nice Sunday, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Naomi.
Thank you.
Hi.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Paul.
Vivian was up this morning, but she'd be tired.
Oh, oh, bless her.
I think she's doing the meditations.
Oh, that's all right. She's doing something.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thank you.